You know that feeling, guys? You know that feeling when you just finish editing your video and then you go on Twitter and then you see this. You see that I just made a 16-minute video after walking the dog and being all sweaty that I thought there was a certain winner, and now the entire video that I just recorded might be irrelevant. So I'm going to actually add on to it so you can still see what my honest thoughts are about the race. But now I have to add this part, okay? And I'm trying to keep my calm right now because god damn it, Joe Gibbs Racing, I cannot believe you actually did this and actually interfered with my god. Why can't you guys just like make your cars legal, huh? Why can't you guys just actually make your cars legal so I don't have to deal with this nonsense? And now I got Chase Elliott winning the race. How did Chase Elliott win the race? Are you kidding? Chase Elliott won? Or what? What? This guy, can you believe this? I mean, my dog's like, can he? I don't even think he could believe this. What is this nonsensical nonsense that Joe Gibbs Racing is pulling off? And now, guys, we have to add this part of the video in. We got to talk about it now that Denny, Hamlin, and Kyle Busch has been disqualified and that Chase Elliott is the winner of the race. And I don't really know what else much to say other than you can see how kind of annoyed I am now that I have to completely edit all this stuff and now you got to do it again. So you just got to get really... But hey, congratulations to Chase Elliott. And everything I still say in this video stands true. And so, yeah, I guess I will see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of the video. But remember that the rest of this video is without the context I know, Sky. I know that the rest of the video without the context that there is a different winner. That we actually, the whole, we didn't talk about the actual winner of the race. But he, just... Comment down below, guys. Can you like the video? Can you comment and subscribe and like as like a donation to me, please? Like like, can you help me help? Why are you biting my? What is my dog doing? He's literally. But what are you doing, guys? Look at this little fraud down here. You see this guy? See this guy? Look at this. Look at this little fraud. Look at this little baby. You a monster. Okay, well, enjoy the video.
How long will I love you? Long as stars are above you.
Oh god, if I look sweaty, it's because I literally just came from walking the dog and it's 90 degrees, okay guys? Just don't make fun of me. Oh, there was a NASCAR race today. Yeah, there was definitely a NASCAR race today. And there was, what goes around comes around. We're gonna talk about that. Let me get my head straight. Gotta think about what I'm going to talk about right now. Oh, I'm still out of breath. Okay, I think I'm good. So, how's it going, everyone? Happy Sunday. Hopefully, everyone's going to have, or hopefully everyone did have a good weekend. And there was a solid NASCAR race day at Pocono. Only one race day at Pocono, and it actually resulted in basically a sellout crowd. Listen, I don't think it's ever going to happen because I don't think you can take a race date away from Daytona and Martinsville and Darlington and and Talladega and stuff like that, but one race per venue. That is something I would love to see in the future, sometime within the next decade, but it is what it is. I look like Harry Potter with my little scar up here. It's not really a scar, it's just like an indent for the hat, but I want to give a shout out to all the Patreon members, as always, for supporting the channel. You guys are the absolute best, and let's get into it. So before the race even started, Ty Gibbs, he ran his first ever Cup race, and so that was, something that was not expected. He actually ended up finishing in 18th, which is, to be honest, I don't really care where he finished. He never ran a lap in a Cup car in the next-gen car before, and found out he was driving the car probably like late last night, early this morning. So, yeah, to just not wreck and to finish, it was a very solid job for a driver that we will probably be hearing about for a long time to come. So good job to Ty Gibbs, and hopefully we'll see him in the Cup Series. I personally don't want to see him in the Cup Series next year. I think one more year of development in the Xfinity Series would do, and then hopefully to see him in 2024. But hey, if you want to hop into the Cup Series, if Papa Gibbs or Grandfather Gibbs gives you the chance, then hey, go ahead and do it, and we'll see how that goes. So overall, guys, it was I was getting a little bit annoyed at the beginning of Stage 2, I'll admit it. So if you don't know what happened at the beginning of Stage 2, it was just like caution after caution after caution. Sometimes I still think these drivers don't or haven't gotten used to, just how difficult these cars are to drive sometimes when you go to a track for the first time with this car. This is not the 550 horsepower car. This is not Gen 6 with a lot of side force. A lot of guys lost it coming out of turn 3 this weekend at Pocono. William Byron lost it. Ryan Blaney lost it in the race, and multiple other drivers. Kurt Busch, the reason why he didn't race. Kurt Busch lost it in the exit of 3. So this car is difficult, and it's just, no matter what, it's still a learning curve this entire year, basically, especially when you go to a track for the first time. The race overall, I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. I was a little bit annoyed during the middle of the race because I was just wanting to see the race play out and let this, Pocono is one thing. Pocono is a strategy race, guys. That's how it always is. Don't expect amazing racing at Pocono. It's a strategy race. The straights, the corners are fast, straights are very long. And so that caution actually when everyone can make it on one more stop, I actually didn't like to see that because I liked how many different strategies were going on. But the stages stages and certain cautions falling at certain times minimize that strategy. Let's pull up the race results actually, because there was one main incident that we will talk about, but I'd rather talk about each driver's day right now, and we will talk about the incident when we get there. And to be fair, if we're going to talk about the guy who won today, which you can see is Denny Hamlin, then yeah, we should probably talk about it. So the main story point of the race, but at the beginning of the race, it was Kurt Busch not being able to race, so then Ty Gibbs hopping in. During the race, it was Denny Hamlin and Ross Chastain with 16 or 15 to go, coming out of turn 1 side by side. Denny Hamlin just simply did not let Chastain exit the corner and wrecked him, but wrecked him in a way where it's more like a put you in the wall and wreck you. And if you guys remember, Denny Hamlin was actually on the receiving end of this. I don't remember the year, but if you guys remember Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin, was it 2017, 2016, one of those 2 years, when I think Elliott was still in the 24 car during the playoffs? It was the one where Hamlin wrecked Elliott, and I had a hissy fit on the channel because I was an immature little brat. It was that year, whenever that was. I think it was probably 2017. It was very similar to that. Elliott put Hamlin in the wall and it cut his tire. This one was a little bit more severe, where Hamlin just simply, even in the middle of the corner, you could see him just saying, listen, you're going to back out of this or you're going to wreck. And Chastain wanted, just hung it there on the outside, got put in the wall, and it got put in the wall hard, ricocheted off the wall, into, unfortunately, Kevin Harvick, who, if you look at his onboard, Harvick had literally no time to react. And he said something on the radio about he almost snapped his wrist in half. So when you're holding the wheel like that and you have no time to react and you get hit like that, it's very dangerous for the hands and the wrist. So that was very unfortunate for Kevin Harvick, and a lot of Harvick fans were annoyed by that. But I'll be honest, guys, to wreck someone or for payback, I don't think it gets clearer than this and better than this, honestly. This was a clean way to do it. Think about it. When you wreck someone, you can just right hook them into a wall. You can turn them on purpose, but then lose spots yourself because you're turning them in the middle of the corner. This was Denny Hamlin just putting the dude in the wall. Ends his day. I don't even know if Hamlin was maybe expecting to end his day, but he ended his day. Didn't damage the car. Still goes on to win the race. And the driver that you did it to knows that it was coming, and he deserved it. One of the cleanest paybacks you can really do. Unfortunately, there was some collateral damage with Kevin Harvick being involved, and I think Christopher Bell was also slightly involved. But it is what it is. Now, for Ross Chastain, this is actually, in my opinion, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. In my opinion, this is a good thing for Ross Chastain. You don't want this happening in the playoffs. I think, obviously, we saw the speed he had. If the caution didn't come out, he probably would have won that race, because Denny Hamlin was 2.5 laps short on fuel. So Hamlin was not going to be able to really go at Chastain without that caution from Ryan Blaney, which allowed Hamlin to save fuel and then make that move in turn 1 to put Chastain in the wall. To have that happen now is a good thing. Now, if it happens again, that's going to be a unique situation, because we don't know how Chastain's going to react to that. This one, we knew it was coming. He knew it was coming. He accepted it. But what if Hamlin does it again? What if he puts him in the wall again, ruins his day again? Then what? Then you have to think about it. The score really should be settled here, and for Chastain, that's a good thing, because there's also a lot of other drivers that he has issues issues with. Like just in this race alone, you saw him and Kyle Larson racing side by side early in the race. This was like early stage 1, early stage 2, somewhere around that area. And Chastain was kind of, going side by side, rubbing the side doors with him, and Larson got ticked off. Let's side drafted him down the whole straightaway, and so Chastain has a lot of enemies or guys that don't like him in the field. He needs these scores. Like this was the main one with Denny Hamlin, right? He needs this score to be settled before the playoffs start in 5 races time or whatever it is. Hopefully this one is settled, because if Chastain wants any chance to win a championship, he cannot have lingering issues with other drivers in the playoffs. This is very, very important. So for Chastain, this is actually a good thing. Like, yes, you end up getting wrecked. Yes, you probably lost the race win. But for the bigger picture, if you want to chase a championship, and for the bigger picture, if you don't want more incidents on the racetrack with this particular driver, then you need to accept this one, which I think he did, and move on and kind of be grateful that it happened now. I was actually afraid for Chastain, and I wonder what you guys thought. I thought that Hamlin was going to hold on to this until the playoffs. I thought he would really do something to really hurt Chastain's playoff chances. The opportunity came here when they were both battling for a win, and that is why Denny Hamlin did it. It's not like he woke up this morning and said, I'm going to put Chastain in the wall and wreck him for the win. It just happened in that scenario to have the perfect opportunity to be on the inside on a restart at Pocono battling for the win, and just to be able to do that. So it was the perfect scenario for him to do it. So Denny Hamlin wins the race. It's his 3rd win of the season. I still don't... I don't think he's a favorite yet. It is his 3rd win of the season, but you have to remember how inconsistent that 11 team was at the beginning of the season. Chase Elliott, you see it, who finished in 3rd. He's been, his last 5 results has been like 1st, 2nd, 1st, 3rd, or whatever it was. I don't even know what the past few results have been, but yeah, Elliott's been on fire. He's the favorite heading into the playoffs. But if Denny Hamlin could get in the Final 4, can he do something? Can he actually win something? That one I don't know. Because have the 11 team really shown the speed at like a Phoenix type track this year? To be honest, I can't think off the top of my head. Like his results at like a Richmond, or what happened at Martinsville, or the short tracks that are kind of flattish. How do they do? So we'll see how he does. I wouldn't put him as a favorite. I would put him in as someone who could get in the Final 4. Like the 3rd or 4th driver, but could also miss out of the Final 4. So can he finally win the championship? We'll see. Kyle Busch, he's the main talking point of basically all of NASCAR right now, because we're waiting to see about his sponsorship. He finished 2nd today, had dominated a lot of the race, but unfortunately the car was a little bit too tight on the final run. Was able to bring it home 2nd. Seemed pretty pleased with it. But the bigger story right now is, can Kyle Busch find sponsorship for that 18 ride? Joe Gibbs Racing is trying to help and trying to find sponsorship, but it seems like because Mars is leaving, that they're having a lot of trouble trying to do that. Personally, in my opinion, guys, I think it would be a true tragedy if Kyle Busch left Joe Gibbs Racing. I think this is JGR's, honestly, I think it's JGR's best ever driver, even, better than Tony Stewart's time there. This is the crown jewel of Joe Gibbs Racing, which was Kyle Busch. Came in 2008. That year, he won 8 races, I think it was, and in his first year, JGR, and ever since, has just been absolutely dominant for the Xfinity Series, for trucks, for the Cup Series. It's been an amazing partner. This is one of those things where it doesn't matter how old Kyle Busch gets. It doesn't really matter what the results become like. You can see he's probably fading a little bit. He's not in his prime anymore. But this is, out of loyalty, someone you got to try and keep in that ride. I am hoping they are doing everything they can in their power to get Kyle Busch in that 18 car. If at the end of the, of whenever the deadline is, that they can't have Kyle Busch in that 18, then fine. Completely understand if Kyle and Gibbs are on the same page and they just said, listen, can't find the necessary funding, we're sorry. Then okay. But they should try every avenue, every possibility to keep Kyle Busch in that ride, because that is a legacy driver, one of the best drivers ever in that organization. And to me, loyalty means a lot. Like when you get to that age, you get older in your career, you don't want teams just dumping you off like you're trash. I don't want that. I hope, again, it doesn't look like that's going to happen at Gibbs. It looks like seemingly just a financial issue, but I hope they can find a way around it. Chase Elliott finishes 3rd, another just very good run for him. He lost track position and came back and he's going to win the regular season championship. So, especially with Ryan Blaney's DNF today after the wreck. So Chase Elliott will win the regular season championship. That'll be 15 bonus points on top of what he has. He will be the number 1 seed. So basically, we won't really talk about Chase Elliott much for the rest of, until the playoffs start, because, we kind of know what is going to happen. Tyler Reddick, finished 4th. Again, superstar talent, in my opinion. Kind of a waiting game to see, what's going to happen in 2024 when he goes 23XI. Daniel Suarez gets a nice top 5 finish. Good for him, getting back on track. Christopher Bell, after his win last week, gets a 6th place finish. Really, it's about consistency right now for Christopher Bell. Keep knocking out top 10s, top 5s, and try to get some more wins. Kyle Larson, in somewhat of a struggling season, I would say, finishes in 7th. Only 1 win on the season, and he just has not been that dominant, not leading a lot of laps. I thought he would have 3-4 wins by now, but I guess, just a little slump after the year that he had last season, which was absolutely incredible. Michael McDowell continuing his very strong run in the 34, doing a great job finishing in 8th place. Martin Truex Jr. and Bubba Wallace round out your top 10, and Bubba Wallace actually with another really good run, another top 10. He was actually running like a virtual 2nd or 3rd before the strategy kind of screwed everything up. He couldn't get his track position back, so a good run for Bubba Wallace, and I want to see that more often. 2 good runs. New Hampshire was a very good run. This one was a very good run. So let's keep that going for Bubba Wallace. Keep showing that consistency. And then 11th through 20th, Eric Jones with a solid run. He should return to that 43 car next season. Austin Dillon doing what Austin Dillon does. He has that show on the USA Network. He, again, finishes behind Tyler Reddick. But he finishes in that 10th to 15th area all the time. He is Mr. Consistency when it comes to finishing between 10th and 15th. Austin Dillon is your guy. Good job to him, I guess. It's kind of irrelevant. I just don't, that 3 car is iconic, and I just never think about it. Alex Bowman in 13th, William Byron 14th, Eric Almirola 15th, and then the rest of your results. It is dark as hell in my room. But guys, that is going to be it for me. I think we talked about everything that we want to talk about here. The playoff situation has not changed. I'll probably throw something up here to show the playoff points. Hasn't really changed. Harvick is still out. You have Truex there, and you have Blaney there as well. Basically, one of those guys will get eliminated. Will there be more than 16 winners? It's not really that much different at the end of this race as it was to last week. So if you want more of an in-depth description on the playoff situation, if you didn't watch last week's video, the New Hampshire post-race review, just go watch that because we talked about the playoffs there for 10 minutes. So that's basically where it was. I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you're not already. Subscribe if you're new. Comment down below with your opinions on the race. Did you think it was wrong of Denny Hamlin to do that? Did you think it was, was it deserved? What do you think about Chastain's response? He just basically owned it. Let me know what you think about all that. Take care of yourselves. I will see you guys tomorrow, and make sure you stay safe out there. Peace out.